Warning, some of the opinions contained in this video may be controversial. If your jimmies are rustled easily, please proceed with caution. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today we're going to blow off some steam together and have a good old fashioned rant about some guitars and brands that I would not piss on if they were on fire. I've realised recently that I only try to review stuff that I think is genuinely good, mostly because I don't want to waste my money on trash, but also because I want to tell you guys about cool stuff that you'll actually like. But that does mean that you'll only really hear me being generally positive. Well, it's time we talked about some stuff that I absolutely hate. And be warned, these opinions aren't based in anything other than my personal taste for the most part. I just don't like these guitars. So this is going to be our own little therapy session, and I encourage you to leave your angry guitar dislikes in the comments. Get them off your chest here, let that weight off your shoulders, knowing that you've set that opinion free and you can move forward with a little bit of positivity. And if there's enough of them, maybe I'll do a video reacting to your spicy takes. Remember though, whether it's my opinion or someone else's, please don't take this personally because you're free to like whatever you want. And also, if you want to roast my taste in guitars in the comments, please do. Number one, and I'm choosing violins. Black Superstrats are the most pumpkin spice basic metal guitars, and it boils my piss that there are so many of them, dude. Specifically just a gloss or a matte black. I just think that they're the most low effort way to design a metal guitar, and players who want to look heavy are just gonna eat them up until the world ends. But look, see, I'm a metal player. I think there are plenty of great modern metal bands out there, but there's so much cookie cutter rubbish, and you can guarantee that all the guitar players have just looked at the My First Metal Band starter pack and gone, yes, give me that black Ibanez, and then got their credit card straight out. And Ibanez are absolutely the worst brand for it too. How can they simultaneously make some of the coolest looking high performance guitars available and then still shovel thousands and thousands of boring ass guitars onto the market? Personally, I think there has to be some sort of scientific correlation between owning a black Ibanez RG and then writing some of the most mid tracks out right now. Other notable brands for this egregious crime against having just a little bit of personality are ESP Ltd, Court, Jackson, and Solar. Wait, stop, hold your typing fingers a minute. I am a huge fan of Ola, and in this instance I think he gets a pass for one massive reason. Not that he should care about my opinion anyway, because why the f would he? But the frequency that Solar put out new colours is astounding. They have so many rad shapes and are trying loads of cool stuff like that Chop Shop line, so if you buy the most boring Solar available, that's completely on you, dude. Now that I've made enemies with a decent chunk of the metal community, let's bring it back and try and find some common ground. Surely nobody likes this, do they? The reverse Flying V is just an utter abomination. I mean, Flying Vs are just a symbol of being a cool motherfucker. That's just a fact. So if you take the absolute reverse of that, what do you get? Being horrendously uncool to the point of offence. These were originally made as some sort of Gibson Guitar of the Week thing, and they only made 400. Which, to think that there's actually 400 of these nauseating collector-baiting things in existence is just depressing, dude. And aside from the horrendous shape, that's exactly why they're uncool. They're just for collectors. Imagine some dentist who plays 4 chords badly on a weekend on his 10k custom shop Les Paul waffling on about having a reverse Flying V in his collection. I cannot think of a conversation that I would like to have less than that dude, if I'm completely honest. It's not a player's guitar in any way, it's impractical, it takes away all the upper fret access that you get from a Flying V, and it costs so much money for something that'll get you booed off stage before you've even hit your first note. And if we're talking about this, we've got to talk about old Sammy G. I really like that dude. He's been making good videos for a long time, and I genuinely care about what he has to say until he starts talking about this guitar. He's arguably the most famous dude to play one of these, but I do think there's a reason his samurai merch designs don't have them holding one of these guitars. Whilst a lot of brands have just got 1 or 2 contenders for the most diabolical guitar in the history of the earth, for me, Gretsch have yet to make a single guitar that I think looks in any way good. I just do not care if they make a 30-inch baritone. It literally just looks like it's been made for a rockabilly with a 9-foot reach, like Slenderman with horrible greaser hair and them fucking horrendous shoes. Whoa! What the hell is this? The White Falcon, right? So many people hold this up as like a mythical instrument. Why? It makes John Travolta's suit in Saturday Night Fever look positively fresh. It's like looking square into the mouth of a rapper who's only got half a set of grills in and it's all teeth and gold. Granted, it is a statement, but that statement is look at me, I've got more money than taste. So have you ever seen Brian Setzer? That's all I think about when I see a Gretsch, and he is like literally one of the cheesy bad boys out of an old musical.
It's time to tussle, it's time to brawl, I'm gonna fight you boys, and then you'll be dead. What a tough guys.
If you play Gretsch, then I just assume you want to be Brian Setzer. Make of that assumption what you will. I think we need a breather, so let's talk about a guitar that I absolutely love that I'm giving away. Chapman Guitars let me keep this ML2 standard that I reviewed on the channel recently to give to one of you guys when we hit 5,000 subscribers, which is incredibly cool of them because I absolutely love this guitar. If you want a chance at getting it, all you need to do is 3 things. First 2, like the video, be a subscriber, just standard YouTube stuff. But third and most importantly, leave a comment with your absolute spiciest guitar dislike. When we hit 5k, I'll pick the comment that I found the most entertaining and I'll get in touch with you to work out how we'll get this guitar to you. I'm also going to be choosing another 5 people to give my Legato Licks pack to just because, well, thank you really. I never expected to get this far in all honesty, so the fact that we're creeping up on 5k is mind-blowing to me, and I appreciate it massively. Also, if you commented on the last video, that still counts. Thank you again, let's get back to it. I'm going to start number 4 with a recommendation and an apology. This is Dr. Andre Fludd, and he's a great dude. If you're not familiar with his channel, I sincerely recommend going and checking him out for some incredibly insightful reviews and lessons. I had the immense pleasure of chatting with him on his podcast recently, and I think that he would be one of the first people to admit that he's got a bit of a reputation for liking ugly guitars. It's not completely true though, he has had some sick instruments. That said, dude, if you are watching this, I am so sorry, but this is a disgrace. Some of you might never have seen one of these before. This is a Klein, and they make me incredibly conflicted. On the one hand, these one-of-a-kind guitars have been designed to be incredibly ergonomic, and I massively respect people who take risks and try and follow their vision. On the other hand though, they are such a departure from what my brain understands a guitar to be that they just make me feel uneasy. It's what I imagine it'd be like if you encountered a skinwalker. Like, it looks human, but your animal instincts are kicking in and telling you to stay the f*** away because that thing is not right. I love ergonomic guitars as well, dude, but this thing, just too far for me, like way too far. If you've ever seen Botched and like there's those folks who just cannot stop getting plastic surgery, I feel like this is that. I feel like it'd be great to play, but there is just no way I would own one, dude. I am just not the target market for these in any way. No judgment if you are, and huge respect to Steve Klein for sticking to his guns and making something that he actually wanted to. They're interesting and the guitar world does need innovation, but these are just not for me. ESP, what have you done? What is this thing?
Why?
Over time, I have grown to despise this guitar, particularly the camo, more and more every time I see it. I've come to the conclusion that it's because ESP took something wonderful, something sacred, the Explorer, and turned it into some toy store looking Walmart-ass kids guitar and stripped it of any dignity at all. The shape is absolutely despicable, the inlay sucks, and the camo, what is this camo? Why have the points got brown on them, dude? What did they do to this guitar? Aside from the unfortunate camo, I think the thing that really gets me about this guitar is that they've just mugged off a classic shape just to sell units. I don't care if James plays one every once in a while. I'd play one too if I was getting a cut of nearly 7 grand for one, dude. My word, like some people are actually paying that much money for a guitar that wouldn't look out of place if it had got a G.I. Joe sticker on the front of it. That's just taking advantage of people with too much money who love Metallica. It's like if you asked AI to design a guitar for 13-year-old boys. It's an absolute stain on James's guitar history, just like the camo, and it should be cast into the sea. Dude, that feels great to get that off my chest. But just remember, if you own any of these guitars, that's totally cool. It's nothing personal. We like what we like, and you shouldn't give a shit about the opinion of a random internet idiot like me anyway. We're just blowing off steam. But now comes the fun part, because I really want to know what guitars you absolutely despise. The spicier the better. Which guitars do you hate? Leave them in the comments, and then like I said, if I get enough, then I'll do a video reacting to them. In the meantime, if you want to hear me talk about a guitar that I absolutely love, you can check out this video right here. Thanks again to Chapman Guitars for letting me give one of you guys that ML2 standard, and thank you to you for having a bit of a rant with me. Take care mate, stay safe. I'll see you later.